I am Mo Tuzano, the Tabletop Bellhop, your cardboard concierge, working with you to make your game nights better. Now, what I'm hoping to do for you tonight is let you know if you should be interested in this. This is Oh Captain, My Captain, a tabletop role-playing game, improv-based story game, whatever you want to call it, a card game by James D'Amato, who is possibly most known from the from podcasting, TTRPG podcasting. I know him from the One Shot podcast, but he has also been on many other shows and part of the Gauntlet Network. He is also responsible for all of the Ultimate RPG series that you've probably seen on Amazon, or the ridiculously long names where it's like the Game Master's Guide, the Ultimate Guide to running the best RPG session you ever had, and so on. That is all James D'Amato. Well, this game is from James D'Amato. This is Oh Captain, My Captain, which is a improv-based role-playing game where you are going to tell a story in an hour or less. This is a fantastic intro style RPG that is actually based on one of my favorite tabletop role-playing games of all time, and the one I recommend the most for new players who are at least adults, and that is For the Queen. So instead of a queen, we are going to be talking about the captain. So I have step one to playing this. This isn't meant to be a teach. I just want to show it off, is to cut the shrink and show off the cards. So this just tells you on the back, I'll read it off. It is create an unforgettable adventure with Oh Captain, My Captain, based on For the Queen by Alex Roberts. Short form world building and role playing game explores heroism and the complicated relationships we have with people we admire. Explore every genre and story you can imagine. Approachable for players who have never tried an RPG before and satisfying for players who have been gaming for years. Pick a card, create a character, and embark on a legendary adventure in this new way to game. I don't know about the new way to game when it's based on something else, but sure. And then it talks about, wow, I basically gave you the back because it then says James D'Amato is the author of the Ultimate RPG series, co-founder of the One Shot Podcast Network, and host of Campaign Skyjacks. So yeah, I guess I could have just read the back instead of going off my head and what I know about James. James is a fantastic person. I've met him in real life at various gaming conventions. But we're going to open this up and take a look at what you get with Oh Captain, My Captain, which, I should call this one out, is from Adams Media, and I do have to thank them for sending us a review copy of this. All right, I am going to call one thing right here before I start. Cut the shrink wrap off. It did the For the Queen thing that I don't like. Okay, see how this box opens up? Cool, right? Except, this is nice and tight. Over time, when I go to pick up my copy of For the Queen, the bottom falls out. You have to know it's there. Okay, one complaint already. They could have switched this, so this came out the top, so it doesn't, fall out and go bang. Here you have my copy of Oh Captain, My Captain. Again, James D'Amato, quick play RPG. It's got the info, multiple different sides here, and, the box. I love that Kraken. That's really cool, actually. Oh, it's a wraparound piece of art. On the back, you are part of a crew led by a legendary captain. Recently, though, you've fallen on hard times. Captain has emerged with a plan that promises to turn everything around. Requires a perilous journey where the captain must be accompanied by a small landing party. You have been selected for this party because the captain knows you believe in them. And this is one of the most fascinating things about this game, but we're going to have to brighten this down before I continue. Because actually, right there, it's not terrible. So what you're going to do to play the game is you take out the deck and you just start reading these cards. So here we have the top. Again, then it's going to give you your info, special thanks to some people. We've got info here. We got to get past all the marketing. Here's our how to play. And what you would do is the game tells you the story if you're doing it. And if it's anyone's first time playing, you're going to read these cards out loud. What it recommends you pass the deck and everyone reads them. So it's going to go through how to play the game. And it continues and goes through how to play. So we're just going to quickly get through this because I'm not here to teach you how to play the game. So we keep going, how to play. One thing to note, this is an improv story game where people can make up stuff, and they may make up things that make other players uncomfortable. So this game does include an etch card, which is a RPG safety tool. It does explain how to use the X card in here as well. So there's a description on the back on how to use the X card. Then we have a decision card for ending the game. This is actually going to be shuffled into the deck and determines the timing. And then we have, it looks like multiple endings. This is something that was not in For the Queen. There are 4 different endings, which I don't really want to spoil them. So I'm just going to keep those there. Then we have story cards, which is something also new. So it says, reading the story cards aloud, players lead the background of the story. So there's 4 story cards. Then there's a little summary after all that, rule summary. So again, it's a role-playing game, but to be fair, you can learn this in minutes. It's not hard. Then you're going to select your captain, and this is one of the best things in For the Queen is the art on the captain card, the queen card. So I really want to see the art on these captain cards because it should be fantastic. That's pretty cool. I swear I've seen that piece of art before in a different game we've reviewed. We'll just leave it at that. So here are the various captains you can choose from. Yeah, and that art's great. I like the variety of styles. Oh, you've even got like an orc. That's awesome. That's also great to see. The diversity here is really good. I am impressed. Oh, the different captains. It says sports ball captain. Yeah, with a backpack. Hockey. Potentially. Wow. Okay, they really went diverse with captain. With the name and the naval image, I thought they were really going to stick to the naval theme, and I like that they really went out of their way to make it unique. You've got aliens, obviously sci-fi with the space helmet. That is really cool, actually. Fireman looks like very cool. That is a neat mix of captains. Then we get to questions, and the way the game basically works is everyone draws a card, you read it, and you answer the question. And the captains employ your body underwent a major transformation. How did it happen? And you would answer it. And the whole thing with this game that's so fascinating to me is you don't sit down there and make a character ahead of time. You don't need stats. You don't need dice. You just answer questions. Then the other players can ask you questions. You keep going around until you get to the particular card that tells you to stop. Once you get there, the game ends and you see one of the endings. So now my only problem is putting all these back in the right way, because these, you don't need to see it. Just a bunch of question cards. It's text. Bunch of text. So that's it. That's what you get, is a huge stack of questions, a large stack of captains, rules summaries, the story card, which looks interesting. This and multiple endings also fascinates me. The fact there are 4 possible endings. That's very cool. That was not in the other. Your decision card, your X card, and then how to play. How to play, once you go through that once, you're going to have it. You're never going to need those cards again. You'll just sit down and play. I grab For the Queen off my shelf whenever we're like, what do you want to do? We got, I don't know, half an hour to an hour. Yeah, let's play a game of For the Queen. Grab it off my shelf. We're good to go. That's it. That's what you get. There you go. Oh, Captain, My Captain. A quick play fantasy RPG. Now, this says fantasy. In this case, after seeing the captains, I got to say fantasy in the fact that it's not reality. You're playing a game, because there was definitely some modern and sci-fi in there. So do not look at this and assume, like I originally did, that this was going to be fantasy in like a D&D style or naval with pirate captains. And I thought it was going to be probably just pirate captains. I figured Age of Sail time period with no, D&D elements unless you added them yourself. But there were some definite fantasy elements there. There was definitely an orc-looking captain in there. So I think that's pretty cool that they had that there's such variety with the captain. So again, this is played similar to For the Queen, but one of the things I do like about this is For the Queen does have a somewhat mature theme in the fact that all of the players love the Queen, and some of the questions tend to lead to adult situations. This avoids that. In this, you just respect your captain. So I like that. So I do appreciate that. I adore the artwork on this. The box still has this problem. Not a fan of boxes that are gonna, like, when I pick them up, the bottom might stay behind. So far it hasn't fallen out, which is nice. But other than that, I dig the format. It's gonna fit nice on my shelf. I can stack it well. The nice foil cover is actually pretty nice. It's eye-catching. I dig it. Looking forward to trying out Oh Captain, My Captain. Again, it's a tabletop role-playing game, improv experience, improv card game, story game, whatever you want to call it. Modern hippie role-playing game. It's one of those. It's no dice needed, no characters, no prep, no GM. Everyone just plays together. So it is fantastic for pick up and play. If you have a D&D campaign going and 3 of your players can't make it, the other 2 of you can sit down and play this, although it does play better with more players. So thank you for joining me of this unboxing of Oh Captain, My Captain.